Hello and welcome to another episode of Intentionality, podcast where we talk about purposeful life. Running takes a lot of time. In fact, if you go for a long run of 3 hours, it's not really 3 hours. It's maybe 4 hours or 5 hours, including pre-strength and post-strength.
Absolutely.
And we have a family as well. So how do you deal with family commitments and running?
Without family support, this sport is not possible. And I have tremendous support from my family. But wife and kid, 3 of us live here in Bangalore. Parents are in Lucknow. They do visit at times. And wife has been very supportive from day one. There have been situations where it's like a difficult situation where you have an important run. And I'm not talking about training, but an event. And you also have something important in the family to kind of attend. And one such situation I remember is I was doing pacing duty at TCS 10K like 7 years ago. And at the same day, it was one of relatives' wedding, same day. And so I had to choose, like, what do I do in between these two? But then fortunately, I because it was in Mysore, not too far, I ran in the morning and quickly drove. But then I had to miss on the other events like the pre-race dinner and the post-race party, all that comes along with the pacing. So you have to make your choices.
Finish pacing here in Bangalore, then go to Mysore.
Quickly drive back and go to Mysore. So done that. Thank you. And there have been tremendous situations when wife has said, okay, it's okay, you do this, what do you really want to do, and I'll go to this event and attend and let them know that you cannot make it because you are doing so and so things. And other thing is, people also know a lot about you by now, so they know what's really important for you and what is your priority, and they help and support you. Even at work, people understand and say there was this your commitment and passion and your dedication, they also support.
Yeah.
Right? People step forward and say, hey, it's okay, you do this, and then I'll take care of this on your behalf.
Have you ever finished a meeting and then run and after that attended a meeting? Many times.
Run in between meetings, especially during my triathlon training. Like when I'm working from home a few times. Finish one meeting, in between finish a swim or a run, come back to another meeting.
Nice.
So I've run at, I think, all hours of the day.
You brought up triathlon. Now that's a different beast altogether. Training for running, maybe you can do away with 10 hours or less hours of training. But triathlon, how many hours of training does one require?
I would say on an average, weekly would be around 12 to 15. This is what I would say. And you mentioned about 3 hours, the previous one of long runs. Most weekends for triathlon training took around, if I add the commute to it, 12 hours. Weekend. Like I would leave at 5 a.m. and come back around 4:30. There's a traffic also you have to travel through. So not all 12 hours were training. There was a lot of commute in that. But yeah, that time of the day is gone, especially on a weekend. Absolutely. Absolutely. Without that, it's not possible. So be it running, be it triathlon, they all seem to be like solitary sport and an individual does it. But it's never an individual. There is an entire team behind it. And this reminds me of Kipchoge's famous quote, right? 100% of me is nothing compared to 1% of the team. And that's so true. Even though you run alone or you train alone, you never do it alone. Your family supports, your team, your colleagues, your running buddies. There's everyone who is coming together for you to achieve that goal.
Right. In fact, we talked about Kipchoge. So, like MS Dhoni says, focus on the process, not on the results.
Right.
think Kipchoge says the same thing pretty much. Although he's a millionaire now, he leaves his family, goes and lives with runners when he is preparing for the marathons. I think same thing applies at our workplace as well. And if you focus completely on results and if you're chasing results, performance will become an issue. But if you focus on the process, maybe the results will follow. So you talked about triathlon. How did the transition happen from running to triathlon?
So this thought and intent was there for many, many years. In fact, when I bought my first and only watch so far, the 920 XT, which is an obsolete watch now, not used anymore, not sold, that was a triathlon watch, which I bought in 2017.
Okay.
And I wish to do it someday. I was running and I was quite comfortable with that. I was cycling to work on a daily basis. So I was getting another 36 kilometers on my bike daily. And I couldn't swim. So I think when I was 28 or 30, around that age is when I had my first swimming lesson. And me and one of my college friends, we joined and we did those basic 10 classes, learned to float. And I could manage to swim across the pool like maybe 20 meters. And that's it. It stopped there. 10 sessions and stopped and never went back to swimming from there because there was no access to pools as such. And we got busy with life and learning. Now, last 2-3 years, I'd been hearing about the Ironman race in Goa that came to India. They did their first edition. I was like, this sounds like a really big challenge. And I don't know how to swim. Or I for sure I know that I cannot save myself from drowning if you throw me at the deep end of the pool is what I was sure about. And I wanted to do that. To learn swim and to be able to swim in the ocean. That was the main goal or the intent. And I knew if I have to push myself to do it, I need to sign up for something and work towards it. And that's when I signed up for the Ironman Goa race. It is something what I would not recommend a beginner to do. If it's your first triathlon, do not sign up for a half Ironman. Do something smaller. I made that mistake and I learned from it. However, I was happy with the outcome that I achieved because the first attempt that I did in 2022, last year, I failed that attempt. But I did swim that distance, but I did not make the cutoff. My goal was to swim. I did swim. I did 2 kilometers. I took 80 minutes. I didn't make the cutoff, but I was still happy that I could do it. And I knew now I can definitely do it. Then I signed up again next year and I completed it. So the transition was, it was difficult in few ways, but easy in some ways. Like the swim part was the most difficult part for me. And the time commitment that you need is something which I was not really prepared for. I did not foresee. It requires a lot of time. Otherwise, from physical capabilities point of view, it was fine. But then the time effort needed was the real challenge. So anyone who wants to get into it, please start small. There are shorter triathlon distances available. Like there's a sprint, there's a super sprint, there's an Olympic, then there is half Ironman, full Ironman. And to tell more about triathlon, is a sport where you practice or do 3 sports one after the other. You swim first, then you cycle or bike, and then you run. All these 3 are one after the other. And there is transition time in between, and then that transition also is a part of the overall time that you take to complete the race. There's a cutoff time there's a cutoff time for each phase, like for swimming, for cycling, and for running. So you need to stick to those time frames.
By the way, did you sign up for half marathon and go up before learning to swim? Or did you learn swimming and then signed up?
I signed up before and then I was desperately looking for resources to learn, find coaches specifically for swimming. Fortunately, I have a pool in my apartment, which is 17 meters, and most of my training happened there, apart from visit to the lakes and open waters. But a lot of practice, like to the drills happened at the pool.
Okay. So you're training for three sports actually. So how does the training look for triathlon? If you take a week, for example.
So to put it very simply, you would be doing 3 sessions of each.
Okay.
3 runs, 3 bikes, 3 swims, and 2 strength.
Okay.
That's how it is spread. And often you will, at times you will have 2 workouts in a day, like swim and bike and run, a brick run. So those combinations happen. And it's challenging if you do not have a bike trainer, like an indoor trainer. I don't have one. So then you have to really kind of leave really early, find an isolated spot to do the cycling.
So that's quite a lot of commitment and quite a lot of work. So when is the full Ironman coming?
I've been thinking about it and yet to decide and zero down and sign up for it. If not this year, next year for sure, but it may happen this year.
How is the nutrition different for triathlon compared to running?
So habits remain the same, but your portions will increase because you're spending so much time and effort, right? So you need more calories, protein intake will go up, and that's something very important. This is a race or any endurance event. You cannot, I would say, even complete if your nutrition is not right. Be it during your training and on the race day, it's a critical factor. If you do not fuel right for a full marathon, for a half Ironman, for a 50k, 60k ultra, there is no meaning to complete it.
Right. So is there a similar kind of carb loading for triathlon, just like for running?
There is similar carb loading for triathlon, and there is one thing which is, I would say, a good heavy breakfast before you go for the event or the run.
Okay.
So we literally eat a big bowl of muesli and eat some bananas before even starting training.
Okay.
This is a long training day, and then you have to keep fueling throughout your training. Every 30-40 minutes, electrolytes, carbohydrates. Also, the other thing is you have to train with the kind of climate and temperature you would experience at the race day.
Right.
Goa being really hot at that time, a lot of my runs happened in afternoon under the sun.
Yeah. So that makes sense too. A lot of difference based on how you train, because it's the self that trains shows up on the race day. So you have to train well. Yeah, makes sense. You're while talking about food, you follow 80-20 rule. 20% of the year you fast. Talk to us about it. Why and what is the concept behind it?
So I'll start with how it started. I think 10 years or so, I can't remember exactly, but it was New Year Eve, 31st December, and I was at a party, and I came back, I slept the next day. I wasn't feeling well. I had a bad stomach, and all I could eat was bananas throughout the day. That's what I did, and I survived. It was a Tuesday that day, and I thought, hey, I could do this, so why not try it another Tuesday? And I repeat a fruit diet on a Tuesday, and then I'm okay about it. And I kept repeating it. Year went by, and I made it a practice. Every Tuesday, I fast. I usually eat fruits, nuts, and have milk. And then after a few years, I added more to it. Like there are auspicious days in Hindu calendar, Navratri, 9 days of fasting that happens twice a year. And my mom used to do it. When I was a kid, I saw she doing it. She still does it, and I adopted that as well. So Navratri also I fast 9 days, and then I thought, okay, what can I add to it? So this all happened gradually. Like first just Tuesdays fasting, then adding these 9 days fasting, and then I also fast on Mahashivratri, Guru Purnima, Durga Purnima, Kartik Purnima, and they all fall in quarters: Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And these are few days where I refrain from eating or drinking anything. Like a 36-hour fast where I don't drink water or eat anything. And it's a think it's just a mental challenge, that mental block, a good practice that helps build resilience and commitment to anything. And it's more of mental than anything else. It has really helped me. And I never did the math until I put that in a calendar for myself, just to remind myself that, hey, these are the days, because you plan it for the year and at times you might miss because there are so many things happening in life.
Right.
So now I usually publish my calendar at the start of year, which is now, I believe, and so that I can, have a look at those dates regularly and follow them. Also, I need to plan my running events as per that calendar. I once made a mistake. I signed up for a race where I was fasting, and I was stupid enough to do both, but I would not recommend anyone to do it, but I have done it. So that's where I learned I should plan well, and I keep my calendar ready and match it to all the events I want to do. Those that fall in those times have to simply drop.
Fantastic. There are a few common things from everything that you're talking about. So something happens, so your curiosity is woken up, and then you explore it, then you progress it, and then you commit to it. And there is always a purpose behind it. So that's why I call Sumit is epitome of intentionality. So if I were to have a poster for Intentionality podcast, that would be his poster. So that's actually a good way to lead a life. So if you were to suggest someone to have a purposeful life and few tips on how to lead it, from your experience, what would be your suggestion?
It is a deep question. I think purpose is something each one will need to find for himself or herself. And whatever gives you peace and contentment, do more of them. And if you are yet to figure out what is that, just explore. Whatever comes your way, explore. Until you try different things, you will not know what is right for you.
Right.
So have that courage to experiment. Be open to different views, thoughts, things. And then just ask yourself, how do you feel when you do certain things? And if the answer is yes, and if you feel good about it, you would like to share that with others as well, then that is the answer, and then move ahead with it.
Yeah. I think that's what pretty much agility is all about. It's not really about those agile values, principles, specific processes. Ultimately, that's what agility is all about, which should be there in our personal life as well as professional life, individual or group people. That is very much essential. That's a great thought. So what are some of the goals that you have set for yourself, whether it is in recreational athletics or personal or professional? What are the goals that you are working towards?
Good question at the right time. Start of the year, when I was traveling last week, I was making a list of all things what I want to do. And there's one thing which I really want to focus on next year is to prepare well for the TA exam. TA is Territorial Army, which is the voluntary wing, and then you are eligible until you are age 42. I just wrote the exam on 23rd December. Didn't go very well, didn't prepare for it well. But next year I want to really prepare well and kind of write it, crack it. And anyone who's listening to this podcast, if you're interested to explore this further, I would love to connect with you. And I'm looking at building a community of like-minded people who want to join the Indian Army through this means, Territorial Army, and we can all kind of make a study group and study together. That's one. Other goals are a full Ironman is on the thoughts, on the cards, and a 100K run for the next year. That's on the running and adventure side of things. I started with the ICP ACC journey, which is coaching journey last year. I want to complete it the first half of this year, next year 2024. Apart from that, there are also some few certifications I would want to educate and learn and do in Agile and Scrum Boy, which is the IC Agile Coach Facilitation and ACC again, and also PSM2. So these are a few things I want to get done in next year. Financial goals as well, do some investment, some SIPs, mutual funds. That's something which I'm not good at. That's also a goal for the next year. And some downtime with family, vacation time for the next year.
A lot of goals. There's so much time. Right. Who would make a great Scrum Master?
A good listener would make a great Scrum Master.
A good listener.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, some rapid fire questions. Your favorite race so far?
Favorite race? I've been running this Bison Ultra for the last 2 years. I really like it. It's a very small event. Not many people. It's tough. It's ultra. And yeah, I think those are the reasons why I like it.
Favorite racing shoe?
One that doesn't bite.
Favorite running shoe?
Okay, so my favorite has been so far the Adidas Adi Zero. And that's one I really like.
Favorite book?
Favorite book so far. So I'm not an avid reader, and that is something I know, and I'm working on it. But from the books that I have read so far, I think Ikigai would be the one.
Okay, nice. What would be your favorite food as an athlete?
Favorite food as an athlete, it would be banana. Quick, easy.
That's what we run for during marathons, right? Who is your favorite athlete?
Kipchoge.
Kipchoge. So if someone wants to connect with you, how should they connect with you?
So you can connect on my Instagram handle, which is coach.sumit. And I can also leave my number with you if you share with people.
So we will leave those in the show notes so that people can reach out to you. So can people reach out to you for coaching, receiving coaching?
If it's for running coaching, I coach with Runner 360 for both running and strength, and can definitely reach out to me.
Strength coaching, Runner 360. Have you started coaching triathletes?
I haven't yet. That's again something which is for future.
And given that your background, would you coach people on live coaching?
I would, and that's what I'm working towards with the ICP ACC journey. So it's not just
live. The ICF.
ICF, yes.
Right.
So life coaching or leadership coaching, that's something I would be working on in the near future.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being on the show. A lot of insights. Looks like we might have to bring you back once again to explore into some of the aspects in depth. Thank you very much. Your time is very well appreciated, and I'm sure audience would love the insights that you have provided.
Thank you so much for having me here. I really enjoyed the process, and I'll be happy to be here again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good day.